And I was fortunate enough to accompany the 1994 Maudes Trophy team to the Isle of Man. Included in that team from New Zealand were Blair Digger-Holm, Doug Bell, Hugh Reynolds, Ant Young, Robert Holden, Jason McEwen, Chris Haldane, Paul Williams, Russell Josiah and Nathan Spargo. We were provided with 10 brand new Yamaha FZR 600s and spent a total of 21 days on the island. What you'll see over the next 4 hours is an amateur video by myself. I've never used a machine before, so you'll have to bear with me. Sometimes it gets a bit long-winded, but the boys preferred we didn't edit all the trivia out. After all, that what made our 21 days in the Isle of Man absolutely wonderful. Cheers.
Most of the lads are riding. So can we just go through what the deal is for the bike and just give you some background on it. Right, there's 10 of the latest sets that are 600 RRs here. They're going to be assembled and the plated and tacked kits are running around the Isle of Man. When they're assembled today, we need the bikes leading absolutely outstanding this week until the end of the week when we'll be putting a race for the 600 class next week. On the bikes themselves, on the assembly, I don't know if I'm doing work with building bikes before. Yeah. Yeah, there is enough to stick together. The only thing is they've got the battery pack with them for the acid, which needs to stand for an hour. The discs won't wipe in because they've got a slight solvent on them. And they've got transistor oil from Yamaha in, which will do for the first 300 miles of running. And after they've done 300 miles, I'd like some propulse to put in from the sulphurine. Have we got some sulphurine in the radio? Might as well just before we go any further to introduce everybody. Do you all know Charlie? Yeah. Charlie is been here because, as you're probably aware, John wanted the bike to be entered into the 10th on the Maudes Trophy. Because it's merit as 10 bikes and 10 people from New Zealand who've never been to the Isle of Man before. We think it's well worth another 10. So anyways, I'm going to do a scooping up to the ride the bike. Rain light on the left hand side is probably done as many GPs as I've done, and he's going to help with circuit learning and a whole load of other things. Right, so go back to the bikes. After we finish this discussion today, they're going to be uncrated and put into standard trim, got one in, and I'll allocate another plate and a note group to every bike. So what you got, those are the side plates for the race to be put on. They've got humps with them, seat humps, which are secure on the back. And what I'd like you to do is drill the seat humps, not the seats, and use the tie-on wraps which we've brought with you. The numbers are here, the numbers can be stuck on the front here. There's shoes and front plates around, keep them around as well. So those are the bikes. Everybody who's got a bike, if you write on the front of this notepad, each notepad, your name, the engine and chassis number of the bike, and the registration number. Yeah, okay. We'll just need a record of what's done on the bike, what oil change you do, how much fuel you use, basically the bikes to be running this week, and then towards the end of the week, prepare for the practice sessions. Now when you obviously prepare for practice sessions, there's got to have the first service going on, but there's somebody from my company towards the end of the week, so if you're not capable of doing the practice now, they'll run the board. They want the oil doing. There should be a lot of stuff being coming on Wednesday. It was supposed to be before, all sent out by the stickers. So I don't think the races for Wednesday. We have got something we need to do. Yeah, we've got. Right, that's better. The subs, when the oil change is done, the sub bolts will not go. So we'll have to find some facility the sump drill. I think it's the only place on the bolt wants to yeah, small drill that. seated with Britons, and he seems to disappear. I've got a hard feeling he's shacked up the woman with a woman. Something like that, because we haven't been able to go on, and you're not going to He disappeared for 4 days, and we went to a blanket cover with no tuning, and I believe he's likely to arrive today. That's the last information I've got. But I need everybody who's actually riding the bike around, the riders, to fill in one of these proposal forms just to keep us covered. Okay? That's unfair, yeah? No numbers on the bikes while you're running on the road, apart from a registration number, which is one of those. But then number of kids is going to the bike. The initial plan of John was to enter the bikes to keep them as standard as possible. Now, we've done a fair bit of work on the XLR 600, and they really are a good bike. They're about 8 horsepower more than the XLR 600, and bog standard is probably quick enough to last on the right-hand side from 15 miles an hour. So they're very quick bike. But nearly all you have to do the first time for the TT, all I can say is this year, if you're a newcomer, the most important thing you need to do with the bike is to ride them well within your capabilities, extend learning certain capacity ability, and more than anything else enjoy it. Now, everybody says to me about the TT course being dangerous. TT course is only as dangerous as you make it. If you ride it steady, you'll be surprised how quick you'll finish and how fast you'll go. The blokes who come in with short-term experience from scratch usually don't get round quick because it's a long circuit. And if you make a mistake on a corner early on, you'll find you get punished for the next 2 or 3 miles. So the thing to do in learning the circuit is to get the sequence right. A rail makes a lot there. If you get the sequence right, so in other words, if you know what's coming down the road a mile ahead, you're 99% towards it. But I can't overstress the fact that to ride well in the TT, you need to ride with something in hand. So you don't ride at 100%, you ride at 90%. Concentrate on getting your very good points and your lines right, get yourself smooth and flow, and you'll be surprised how quickly you go. I'll give you an illustration of that. In the 63 TT, the last minute, Peter Williams, who was on Tom Arthur's bike, dropped out and I took his bike over. Now, as you can all see, I'm fairly big and strong and heavy. Peter was about 8 stone, and we didn't have time to change the gear. So I went out on the G50, and the first lap down Sulby Straight was only pulling 6.4, it was from 7.3. So I virtually gave up the back control and had a steady ride. And I was pulling big gears. I remember catching Jack O'Hearn and Paddy Bowen, and the car was going 2 backs, the 2 backs were alright. And just at the end of the third lap, when I came to the pit stop, I was told I was lying 4. Agustine was leading, half a second on that career. So I was really pleased and thought, well, I'm going to run it today. And the last 3 laps, we went out, scratched like a lunatic, and was up to 7. Now that's a silly illustration of what TT is about. If you ride on the limit, and you scratch into the corners, and you rush in and you get offline, your lap times, your overall lap times are slower. So the most important thing to do is to get the sequence, learn where you're going, concentrate not on what you're on, but what's coming ahead, and to relax and enjoy yourself. And you'll find what a good time, and that's the most important thing. Sorry about that, I know we can't legislate the matter, but I don't know how many more people can say to you. I'll give you some phone numbers in the notepad I've brought with you. My lads won't be here until the end of the week. The 2 contacts there, Tony Hughes, who's on charge of racing, and Steve Murray, who's on the secretary side. So if you want any help, I'll write the numbers down in the pad. And if there's anything during the week that we need, haven't got a big before off or anything like that, but we do need anything, we're on 24 hours every from this to the young and the phone numbers are down here and stuff over there.
1994 Isle of Man. This is dinner that they've provided for us. I don't know how it's going to go between the 12 of us yet, but I'm hungry. I want the front wheel. The shed that the boys have jacked up for us, she's plenty big shed. That's the bike I assembled, Robert Holden's, number 1. That's only a bike number, it's actually not the number he'll be running in the race, but we've numbered our bikes number 1 to 10, part of the Maudes trophy effort. That believe it or not, is bike number 4. A couple of the boys sorting out their machine. While they are production bikes, due to the bumpy nature of the circuit, the boys are a lot happier when they're fitting steering dampers. Safety aspect, which is overlooked by most people. This is Mr. Russell Hosire, or
Mother.
Josiah. Oh no, it's not just for Mummy.
Oh.
Can you say hello to everyone else?
Hello everybody else.
What do you think of it so far?
Bloody good. Bloody
Story. And this is somebody's back.
backside.
Oh no, the backside's down here. Oh, hang on, we need a wide angle. A couple of words from Mr. Brian Day.
Who's that?
No, he's already had his 2 words.
Oh, okay, steering prick.
Here we are, this is Mr. Doug Bell, all the way from the South Island. Any resemblance to Joe 90 is purely coincidental. Note right here, a broken fairing already, part of a garage accident. What's your opinion, Doug?
Go away.
Okay, Doug. Over here we have bike number 7. As I walk over here, I carefully step on someone's fairing panel. Sorry, boys. And Young from... Hang on, there's the New Zealand flag. I'll just have a minute's silence. This is Ant Young from the Bay of Plenty, BOP rider. Currently campaigning at RS250 in New Zealand to very good results. What do you think of the circuit, Ant, so far? Having done 2 laps and a daft truck on it.
Very fast.
Very fast. Do you like it?
Yep, it's good, mate.
Oh, that's the story. In the background, our Metzler tyres. Those are not all our tyres. There will be a few tyres used by someone else. With a bit of chance, I'll get a couple of used ones to take home for my Ducati. Coming over to Nathan's bike. Nathan Spargo sounds like a disease, doesn't it?
Where have I heard that?
I don't know. What do you think of your bike, Nathan?
Oh, it's lovely.
It's a lovely colour, isn't it?
I like the pink wheels.
Yes, well, at the moment we've fitted all the road gear. We've had the bikes, the carburetors sealed and the motors sealed, so we can't put our hot cylinder heads on there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to take them back.
You not put yours on before you sealed them?
No, we couldn't do that.
I paid excess baggage for those hot cans.
They've just sealed our bikes and we're fitting them up with all the road gear because we've got to do approximately 1,000 kilometres running the bikes in before the official practice starts. Good chance to get a feel of your bikes. Mr. Bill Smith, the dealer who has provided them from England, has provided them with these number plates. I don't know the legalities of them, whether they're quite legal. These are very interesting motorbikes. See this here? It's the key. They're turned on from the rear, so if the cops chase you, they can turn your motorcycle off to slow you down. Over here, Mr. Degerholm is very eager to get on his motorcycle. Looks like the driver's door is missing on it. Can you tell me where your driver's door is, Blair?
Back over there on the box.
Over here. Oh, waiting for me to walk on it. One of those things I'll step on.
Put the steering damper first.
Fitting your steering damper?
Okay.
Why do you want a steering damper on your bike? That's the story. You've never been on telly before there, Blair?
No, I haven't actually.
It's your first time? We'll do a sideways shot, eh? No. In the background is the map of the Isle of Man, which is probably more fun than Blair at the moment.
It's true.
Up here, those are where we're camping out. We're all sleeping in a Yamaha box each. And when we're finished with them, we're probably going to send them back to Ethiopia so a few families can live in them. team manager. That's a nice tie you've got on there, Noel. Back to Robert Holden's bike. I hope I put that front wheel on properly. Well, it's Tuesday morning here. We just got down the shed. As you can see at the moment, all the bikes get locked away in a special lock-up for the night, so we can't tamper with them, change cylinder heads or do anything on them. Basically, part of the ACU deal is to try and compete for the Maudes trophy is our bikes have got to be totally standard and left that way. That's the reason we wired all the engines up so they cannot be altered, and did similar things to that yesterday. So every morning we get down here and we open the shed up and take our bikes away. Here's Hugh taking his bike out. Doug's on his way in to get his. Nathan trying to get his machine. Morning, Nathan, how are you? Sounds like a disease, doesn't it? You won't be laughing at the end of the week by that comment.
No, after I've heard that about 20 times.
Here's Paul getting his bike out, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Ian, the breakfast man in number 2 unit. Up this morning at about 4 o'clock in the morning making breakfast for the boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Boys never got up till 9 though. All the bikes have been registered in England, and today we're just waiting on tax discs so we can legally run them on the Isle of Man. English tax disc will run legally on the Isle of Man, but an Isle of Man one will not actually run in England legally, so they have to swap them around. There's Robert Holden's bike, number 1. John Hepburn from Timaru is riding a roomy Honda 600cc Supersport bike. He's flown in yesterday all the way from the South Island. He's going to be running in this machine for Robert, get himself some practice time and or mainly some layout of the land and get a feel of a motorbike again. There's Aunt Young. He's trying to it's a bit dark over there, but he's trying to avoid the camera, but we just got him in there.
Like that for some reason. Steep in the steering.
Well, this is it. The boys have all gone out for a ride on their brand new FZR 600s. We put the motion lotion in it. They're doing 2 laps around the mountain. Meanwhile, we've brought out our secret project from out the back door. This is a rally framed piece of shit, basically. Now, sorry Noel, sorry about the language. Yep, we're going to get this going and see if we can give the boys a curry up through Windy Corner up the top. And I reckon she'd get round Ramsey Hairpin a bit quicker than most things. So this is Ian Burke here, flown in from the big NZ to assist us with our bikes and make toast in the morning. Chief mechanic. And poor old Brian Day has left his toolbox open. Well, we're back here. It's Monday afternoon. The boys have been for a couple of laps, checked their bikes out, found one loose rear wheel, not a problem. They're off for a few more laps. Meanwhile, we get to sit in the workshop with the Marshall's bikes. They're provided by Tommy Leonard Motorcycles in the Isle of Man, the latest VFR 750s, and they're down here in this workshop. It's a communications workshop. They're getting their radio systems fitted out for them. They've also got top boxes fitted out for the fire extinguishers and everything else like that. I believe they run with tank bags as well. So unfortunately we're not allowed to ride these bikes, but we were suggested that if we took one for a ride we'd be deported. So I'm thinking of borrowing one on the last day to get a free ferry trip out of the country. But meanwhile, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. They'll be fitted up today with their radios and out by tonight and make room for our bikes later on once the boys have tested the mountain. The mountain's pretty cold today. She's quite freezing. A few of the guys have gone out with long johns under their leathers. A couple of the guys have got passengers just to do a few laps to see what it's like. And I think they're going to enjoy themselves. I've been for a quick ride on one of the bikes just up to the chalet we're staying in, and I'm itching to get into a bit more if I can. Meanwhile, of course, the riders are the most important people. John Hepburn is actually running in Robert Holden's bike today, and a lad from Auckland, Steve Briggs, who campaigns at TZ back in New Zealand. He's running in Chris Haldane, Mr. Factory Rider. So he's running in Chris's bike. Some of the boys have just been out for their first ride round the circuit. We're going to ask Mr. Johnny Hepburn what he thinks of the track at the moment. What do you reckon, John?
Bloody good, mate.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, brilliant. A little bit rough in places. These things don't handle as good as we would hope. But yeah, no, it's brilliant. A lot more wider and open than what I expected.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Happy apart from cars and trucks on the mountain.
Yeah, getting a bit much traffic at the moment.
That's why we come in. Go out again early tomorrow.
Good on you. This looks like Paul Williams just coming in now. It's not Paul Williams, sorry, I can't even read the letters. Oh, it's the hippie.
It's the hippie.
Mistake there. What do you think of it so far? What do you reckon?
Not bad.
Bit of fun? Yeah. Oh look, there's something more important. The bar in the corner of our workshop. The boys haven't even had a beer now. It's 3:45 in the afternoon and no one's had a beer yet. They've been good round here. They've put on all these soft drinks and there's a couple of kegs of beer. That stuff on the this side here tastes like brake fluid. But the same for everyone. Here's Shandy, finally turned up. How you, John?
Very well.
Don't leave your money in hotel rooms.
Due here till today.
No, he wasn't due here till today. Russell, what do you think of the track now you've been round it?
Choice, mate.
Good. What are you going to do now? A few more laps?
Have a cup of coffee.
No problem.
And let me nuts warm up because I've got ventilated leathers and everything.
Hang on, I've got a spare hand here. I'll get your coffee for you. I'll get your coffee. Okay, well I've going to wait till a few more of the boys come in. One of the perks of the mechanics, as such, me and Ian Burke are going out tonight for a couple of beers with Charlie Turner. He's not taking the boys out. The boys have got to be responsible, so we're the ones going to be responsible. Here's Steve. What do you think of the circuit, Steve?
Awesome.
Awesome? As in Mork calling awesome, or just awesome?
Just really fast.
You like it? Yeah, good stuff.
Should be good on the 400.
Yes, Steve's riding a 400 on behalf of Bill Smith as well, so he's just running on one of these bikes at the moment because his race bike can't be run on the road.
Run it out, I like it.
Run it out, yep. The boys have done about 126, 130 miles on their bike so far, so they're starting to loosen up a bit, starting to get the feel of things. Well, it's Tuesday morning. Some of the boys have just been dropped off at the shed to warm up their bikes. Ray Knight, the journalist from England, is going to ride the Isle of Man on one of the bikes to actually see whether the suspension's up to scratch. He's a very clever man around there on a CBR 600, and at the moment he's going to see whether the handling's up to scratch. We're down here at the police station. Our second stop for the morning. We're going to bail out Nathan Spargo. He got in a bit of trouble last night. No, actually, seriously, he lost his wallet yesterday over on Bagaro, which is way over the back of the circuit, and some kind local has delivered it. Had 66 quid in there, which is about 150, no, it's about 100, yeah, about 130 odd New Zealand dollars. It was all in there, everything. Handed into the police station last night, so they've obviously travelled halfway across the island to deliver it. So no doubt we'll get those people's address and ring them up and say thanks very much. Here's Nathan. I've just been in there and paid his bail money. Yeah, well, we're back at the workshop now. As you can see, this is the map of the Isle of Man. Zooming in on there, this is Douglas. Deep in the centre of it, that's where we are at the moment, that's where our workshop is. Track roughly goes off in that direction there. Out along Union Mills. Off to Ballacrane. Then over to the far left is Peel, town on the edge of the island. It's going up through here to Kirkmichael area. Over to Ramsey. That's where a couple of hairpins are, the gooseneck, etc. We go over the centre of the island, over the mountain. She's fairly wide open up there. Then back down to Douglas. Over here we have part of the race preparation. Nathan, oh yeah, we better zoom it back here. Nathan getting dressed, last out this morning, but he's been to the police station to get his stuff. His bike there. There's a push bike he borrowed to get a bit of exercise and a bit of transport around the island. Back to the old flag, another minute's silence, especially when he's standing there with no clothes on. Still the marshal's bikes are here. We're keen to do a couple of laps, but not quite allowed to. As you can see, we've got a coffee machine and a chippies and etc. chocolate dispenser in the background. Up there is one of the Turner brothers' toy helicopter. 1,600 quid worth, he reckons. Latest radio gear there to control it. He's quite keen on his helicopters. We'll have to have a look at that flying later on. Maybe squeeze a camera in it and watch the TT from above. That looks like Noel and Ian Burke and Shandy over there, all dressed up in their silkoline leathers. Shandy's flat out organised everything, smoke in his hand. Nothing's changed with Shandy. Right here, Ray Knight's out on the Doug Bell's FZR, seeing what the handling's like, so we dressed up his bike here this morning in case he's keen on doing the junior TT later this week, or the lightweight TT. Haven't got a number from him yet, we'll have to work it out.
Okay, well, first of all, Ray's been out on the bike, and I will go through with what Ray said. I've got a meeting with the tourist board today at 4:30, and the tourist board are going to come up here some part of it this week, so I'll arrange all that, what we're going to do. Okay? What other things we've got to talk about? There's some more oil coming from Silkland. I'm going to have to talk to Maudes too. There's going to be a bit of a crossover problem with Silkland and Maudes. So I've got to try and work my way through that problem this afternoon. Just the news from the Britain camp, the mechanic arrives into the country today. Back on New Zealand. I found out the problem with the cylinder heads went back to New Zealand. I found out the problem with the bike's head.
The whole water jet for the side?
No, the Italians, be careful what we're filming here so they don't hear this back in Italy. Switch it off. Put the oil feed jet to the heads.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little locking gizmo, so they didn't put the jet in the heads, and the heads flooded. Pushing too much oil went under the buckets, you know, and shimming bucket. And they hydraulic bloody buckets.
So they stay down.
Pistol stay out. Just for the record, it fucked everything. Noel wants to. Ray's been out on the bike. Doug's.
Yeah, Doug's bike. He thinks it's pretty good at the moment.
He couldn't really fault it. He said, well, okay, when the practice comes, it could be a lot different for us. And of course, you can't take racing lines on the corner. You guys have probably found out by now. But he reckons the suspension feels pretty good, and he didn't think the steering dampers were a problem at the moment. So once again, once the practice starts, it could be a problem, but he didn't seem to be worried about any head shake or anything like that. He was surprised at them now, and he even thought they performed better than what his own so-called tuned Honda is.
His bike's souped up. He said this bike's got 5 more horsepower on it.
So he was pleasantly surprised. He said he wouldn't mind riding one himself. So that's what he's fuel, we hope to have an account started up there at the ShopRite gas station, just by up there at the chalets. so you'll be able to get the trail there.
Is it open now? Is it?
Not yet, we're just trying to organise that now.
Can we,
We'll be able to just go in and sign for it and get the gas.
when we're before we start racing, do we just keep buying the regular unleaded, or would we go for the super unleaded?
Well, I'll tell you that we've done a fuel test on Doug's bike, and we're running about 43 miles to the gallon at the moment, just a quick estimate, but I figure the overall gas picture will be around 31 at the time when they get it. So we're going to use $90, 90 quid worth of gas. So we've only got 50 quid a rider sponsored, so the other 40 quid. So you might as well say this week you're buying your own gas is the easiest way. It'll cost you 40 quid to get these bikes run on.
The thing is too, we could use ordinary green for the race, or use that super green. And that's expensive, of course. I think that's about.
Why don't we leave the account until we start practice with it?
Yeah, 60 quid.
I figure if I'm practice, first day of practice is Monday.
What's the
Monday.
It's 50p, 52.
No, you get the green unleaded. You get the low.
It's premium unleaded.
Yeah, you use the premium, not the
So if on a Saturday, if everyone goes to their race gas, it's the easiest idea.
Yeah, that's right.
2 days running, and then we can look at the spark plugs. Might do a plug shop or something, and have a look on the side. So the plugs aren't here yet, are they?
They're due to be here this week.
There's big drums of oil coming in today.
Well, it's either today or tomorrow, they said, yeah, Tuesday. Tomorrow morning they'll be here. Tomorrow morning, right. So then we'll be able to do the oil change when we've got about 500 miles up. We'll be able to do the oil changes.
What are we looking at the moment? Bernie, have you got anything to say?
Well, yes. A lot of you boys don't know the actual regulations of the plant. I've got a copy for everybody. All right. Thanks. This is a blow that's issued by the ACU. My good friends here have duplicated it for me, so everybody
We'll be able to realise what it's all about.
what it's all about and what restrictions there are, you see. What I've got to work to.
We'll try and arrange raining pins or something in the meantime.
Don't show it in here, but see, it's in the big drum. We're going to have another drum the same size or back off. I'm going to let you know what
The other thing, everybody, at your leisure, that's the ACU rule book of ACU of England. Well, that's their handbook. It's quite a good idea. We should do that in New Zealand. That's their rule book, and that's the book, the FIM book that these bikes have to run under for technical rules. So it won't hurt you to know. So I don't want any bikes tripped up because we've disconnected something. The generators have to work with the super sport rules and stuff like that. So
Just like Friday racing back home, everything company's still working.
they're on the desk. Please read them, just at your leisure over the next 10 days or so, because I don't want anyone tripped up just on a dumb rule. You know, the onus is on you guys if you don't know them.
Well, if they've got any queries on the rules, ask me. I'll help you out.
We've got to put on a function for the tourist board probably next week because they tipped in quite a bit of money into this, as you know, so I'll be setting up a meeting in here, a reception for the tourist board people.
No, they didn't, we did. We're all taxpayers.
We're all taxpayers. Anyone having problems?
No, diesel water. Yeah.
Diesel on the road.
Yeah.
Diesel on fire.
It's all over the place, on top of the mountain, you know. About serious colours.
Oh, it's fast too.
Roadways, don't know what they're.
Any particular points?
What do you mean where the diesel is? From about Ramsey, from the
Oh, is it running up out of the hairpin or is it
from about the hairpin, right, just about right through back to the bloody township. Yeah, back to the old.
Well, if you note those points and give them to John here, he conveys it to the tourist board, and they will then get something done by the...
It's just roadworks. It looks like he's run over a diesel tin or something and stuck over the truck.
That's what it looked like.
So the whole mountain circuit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maudes, it's pretty dangerous, yeah.
Smell it when you're riding down the road.
This is what this is.
Just pull out the screen. There must be some authority we can contact. Some of you are doing it too. Every time you come in, wash the front end of the bike. It's easy to get those flies while they're moist and soft, you know.
Yeah, it's Tuesday afternoon. We've been for a few more laps, quite a few laps. Some of the bikes have got 250 odd miles on, and it's time to have a few quiet beers in the afternoon. Some of the boys are going to tell you what they think of the place at the moment. Here's John Hepburn.
Oh, why me?
Why you? Because you've trimmed your nose hairs this morning. Yeah, see? Okay, why not you?
It's good piss.
Labatt's good piss.
Can we just turn the video around a bit here, Spyda, and see your ideal woman walking your breasts?
Oh yes, we've got the official thing here. Me and the other mechanic put this up. That's why it's so crooked. This is what we're going to do on Friday. We're going to meet the mayor at 11 o'clock and jangle his beads or his medallions or whatever. 6 o'clock. Oh, well, you can all read that anyway. Oh.
Spyda gives good hit though, doesn't he?
Oh, the bar. We're back at the bar. Here's Jason. Jason, how was your day? No wonder you weren't good at soccer. Simply because you can't
That's how he
headbutt.
eats an apple without his teeth, Spyda.
Oh, I see. Where's your teeth? And a glass of salt again? How was your day anyway?
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah. Good. You didn't see those blonde up the gas stations like I saw?
What?
You didn't see those, don't say what, say I beg your pardon. You didn't see those blondes up at the gas station? Oh, we'll change
No, I
something
haven't been looking at anything like that.
Well, here's Mr. B-Day.
Benny, wash it to you. The gusset sucker.
How was your day? Oh, no, here we
You've
go.
already asked me that, Spyda. My day was bloody good,
Someone
mate.
else, yeah.
It's Russell, he's got a strained neck, he's got a rubber one.
How's it going there, boys? How was your day, Ant?
I better than yours, Spyda.
Hey, well, what was wrong with my day?
I got 5 laps and you got 1.
Oh, yeah, good, yeah. I got to clean more bikes than you and buy more toilet rolls up at the supermarket.
Yeah, but you got nicer overalls.
Yes, I went up to the supermarket attendant, her name was Amanda. I said, what's better than eating Amanda in? Don't know, she says. I said, eating Amanda out. She was not very happy, but that's why she overcharged me, I suppose. What about yours, Blair?
Yeah, it's good actually.
How many laps you get in?
I got 4 laps today.
Happy?
Yeah, not about those tyres, mate.
Oh, well, there's a whole pile just there behind Paul.
Get some real fellas messing with
Nathan, now you got your money back. What do you think?
Oh, I'm pretty happy today.
Pretty happy? She's a good countryside?
Yeah, I love it.
Are you going to crash?
The sun today.
If you're going to crash on Bagaro, you've got an address there to call in on.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get a cup of tea.
We clean the bikes 8 times each day. Every time there's a bug on them, we clean them. One of the marshal's bikes warming up. I think they're finally going to take them out of our workshop.
That's the bike I rode.
This is. Oh yeah, oh, sorry, that's the bike I rode. Yeah, this is Robert Holden's bike. Did a lap on that today. Bit of fun over the hill. How's it going, Doug? How was your day?
Thanks, Spyda. Excuse me, well, it's supposed to be worn out more. You're looking at Hugh, you're looking at the wrong guy.
No, I was actually talking to you. What's it feel like to be the only person that's had his number plate reported as speeding so far?
I think so. I've been framed and set up.
You've been framed?
Someone stole my number plate and
You don't think you were going that fast?
no, far from it.
Okay.
It's going very slow.
Hugh, what's happening?
Overhauled a red truck.
You took a Took a lap out there with Jane on the back. Was it 1 lap or 2 laps?
We're just trying to work out how much tyre wear she's cost me.
Oh yeah. What do you think of it, Jane, on the back?
Oh, it's pretty good.
You think you'd like to ride a bike around there?
Yeah. Not racing.
Cost
but
you half a
ride
mil.
bike around.
3 mil, was it?
Down
Yeah.
to 3 now.
Everybody
I
else
noticed
is
them a lot.
3.5.
Ernie, what are your comments today?
Well, he's carrying the passenger, it's knocked him off another half a mil.
Oh well, you know, maybe she
Now
could...
everybody else is down to 3.5, which is sort of equaled off, but this one's gone down to 3. So 4.5.
Yeah, you having a good time?
It's quite good, very interesting, and I hope the boys are tolerating me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not such a miserable so some people think.
Good on you, Ernie. Well, we end the day looking up a Marshall's exhaust pipe. Well, we're up this morning, Wednesday morning, for our first early morning practice. 5:15 we're up, getting down to the workshop dead on 6 o'clock. Uncle Ernie had the place open. Unfortunately, he'd let the alarm go off, so he unset all the alarms, got the bikes out, warmed them all up, then realised our lock-up with all our gear and's got a lock on it, padlock, and we can't get in there. Never mind, I think the boys are quite happy with that, because as you can see, this morning is bloody wet. A few of the boys sort of were going to fake mechanical failure, pull a spark plug lead off on the bottom of a Bray Hill and come back and, oh dear, something's wrong with the bike. Nah, just joking. Bit of a pity, you know, like it's a bit hard getting up this hour in the morning and being wet and sort of getting all hyped up, finally to convince yourself to do it and finding out the gear's all locked away. But hey, this is the time to find out these problems rather than the official practice on Monday morning, which starts at 5:15. Of course, you've got to be up, I think, through scrutineering at about 4:30, so it's going to be a 3 o'clock start for the boys. This is the Isle of Man, and we're all loving it. There's old Doug, first with his gear on. Later this morning, we've already been out for a couple of laps in the wet. Of course, it stopped raining, the other bikes are all parked up, but meanwhile, we're going downtown to do a bit of shopping. Here we have this new special designer swimsuit here. Very caring people there, they've designed a swimsuit especially for amputees by the look of it. Frank Lawrence just flew in yesterday. Here he is seen with another strange woman. Oh, I see. She's not with you, Frank?
Not on me at all.
She's not with you, Frank?
No, no, not this time.
What are you up to, buying some postcards?
I bought some 2 postcards. Got sidecars, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Quite country lane up the Isle of Man. It's about 9 in the morning at the moment, so she's fairly quiet. No doubt we'll see what this place pumps like next week. And all the boys get in town. There you go. So there I am. Exciting, isn't it? Anyway, we found ourselves a bike accessory shop upstairs in the leather shop, somewhere in the middle of the Douglas. All sorts of goodies in here. the length of those fluorescent tubes. Nothing to do with motorbikes, but something of interest. Leather jackets. 135 quid for something like that. We have quite a nice bike jacket here, or not even bike jacket actually, just a good quality waterproof jacket, all brands. I think they're 89 quid. Well stocked because everyone arriving for the TT from all over the world can get all sorts of bits and pieces, probably not available in their own country. They even have fires over here like we have back at home. Obviously with a fire exit there. We found ourselves a little wee country alley, well not even country, just off the township of Douglas. This old building here, don't know how old it is. We're in a place called James Street, or is it Gentleman Street? No, it's James Street. Down here Frank's just found a drinking fountain fitted in 1860 years. I bet the water's a bit stale by now. All sorts of things to see up these side roads.
The shop over the road has got films in over there, Spyda. Films by the thousands.
Yeah, we can see that. Zoom in on that. Oh, look at that. All the local lads wandering around. Oh, surprise, a bar. Back down on the prom, we've spied this little wee Bushy's Brew pub. It's right on the seaside, front row of town. And of course everywhere in the world you go you've got the problem of drinking and driving. But I don't actually quite know how to cope with this one. A two-wheel beer bottle. We sort of seem to think it's a Volkswagen based machine. Obviously an Isle of Man machine because it's got a man plate on it. A lot of English plates in here. But in typical tradition, we have the old JPS Norton sticker. Sun's finally come out, just for a little bit of an appearance. You can see the prom at the moment. TT week, this place is going to go crazy. Me included, with a bit of luck. The place isn't just full of stone walls and that, there's a few nice shopping centres around. I'm on one of these magic electric staircases, built in the 20th century. I'll probably fall over when I get to the bottom because I can't see my feet at the moment. Still, I suppose I've been in the same place for the last 30-something years. facility here, so if Jason McEwen gets a bit bored, he can come down and have a play. Mind you, knowing the boys, they'll probably all want to come down and have a shot. Johnny just pulled up here on the top, up by Bungalow, quite a reasonably fun-filled corner. That's the railway line up there. As you can see, there's lots and lots of roadworks going on all around the track. It's getting worse every day. Johnny's taking a photo of us and we'll zoom in on him. So Johnny, this is about your 12th lap round the place on your FZR 600. What's your fine-tuning point this lap?
Oh, I'm taking photos, mate.
That's the Kiwi attitude.
Being the Kiwi tourist.
Good on you. Behind us we have the Manx Museum, up on the hillside there. They tell me that's a pretty good place to go through. I'll be going through there later on.
Killed a few bugs, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till Greenpeace hears. Here's the hippo. Concrete cowboy of the week. Straight past the roadworks. Now that's the South Island for you. Looks like we've got another bike coming. It's not one of us by the look of it. The Manx Electric Railway is just coming up the hill towards Bungalow. She's pretty damn cold up here. We're going to try and watch a couple of the bikes come through. We've seen Johnny go through and Nathan went through, missed him. But she's getting a little bit cold to do that, so we're going to call the boys in that are around the place. And
Bigger than you.
you can see what we're practicing amongst. Well, we're not actually practicing, but running the bikes in amongst these sort of traffic, which the boys are getting a bit fast now. Trying to get a bit too keen, so I think we're going to slow up and change oil this afternoon. Most of the bikes are up to the oil changing specs and do a few other things. So we'll go back to the workshop. Wednesday afternoon. Lads have been for a few more laps on their bikes. Some of them got up to 5 laps in today. Even Noel and John Chen had a squirt round to the Solby pub, and I think they had a pint round there just to stop off and see some people I knew. Found a simulator machine which has a simulation of the Isle of Man. The boys are all going to go around there and have a shot on it later on, because there's a big bottle of whiskey or something to win if you for whoever's the fastest this week. How's it going, Ant?
Oh, splendid.
What are you up to? Cleaning? Bit of chain lube?
No, degreaser.
Oh, degreaser. Sorry, I just heard the noise and thought you might be lubing the chain. All the bikes have had an oil change today. Here's John.
6 in the morning.
What was that, John?
Are we starting at 6 again tomorrow?
No.
We're not.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to sleep in.
What time we start tomorrow? What's more of a
Afternoon, Russell.
Afternoon, Spyda.
How many laps you get in today?
48.
Have a good time?
Yep. Get it organised.
I might fly tonight, you know.
You gonna crank it up? Finished it inside. Oh, ye holy one.
Here's Johnny again. Get enough photographs today?
Yeah, I got a few photographs, mate.
Good on you.
Did you get, when I come round like you asked me to,
Yeah.
did you get the man shaking his fist?
I didn't see any men there, just road workers.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's got the bloody good tune up now.
Is it the greaser button? Yep.
I don't back them. The only thing is if when you get the check, what you're doing that phone is pretty simple.
400 and probably about 460.
All for the first form and
Yeah, but
that's back.
that.
That's 7.5%.
Yeah. So, what are you doing there, Spyda?
Oh, we're taking a few films there. Excuse me to interrupt, but how was your ride round today, Noel?
Right.
When's the last time you rode round here?
1958.
58? That's racing.
Yes.
What about on a bike?
No, not on a bike. Cars, yes, but not on a bike.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I actually saw 110 mile an hour over the mountain.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
That's naughty, isn't it?
Oh, well.
He's telling all these other guys they're going too quick. Don't do as I do as I say.
Yeah, that was it. That's the story.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you did it plenty safe.
The bikes are beautiful. Nice thing to ride. Beautiful. I only wish we had that power nowadays.
Yeah.
Going out from the gooseneck on the mountains, starting up out of Ramsey. Great feeling. Just opening the tap and just powering out of the gooseneck was great.
I know what got down to third gear.
Second gear around the gooseneck and then giving them the message. Just hooking gears and drawing up there. Bloody great.
And you rode in the 57 and the 58 TT?
Yeah. With 48 horsepower on our 500 lengths, and these have got 98 or something in the back wheel, or 88 or something in the back wheel.
Different tyres too, of course, and
sure.
etc. But yeah,
really nice, beautiful thing to ride.
Thanks, Noel.
All the way.
I tried to follow him, but he disappeared.
Hey, Steve. How's your day? Get a few laps in?
Done the 4 today, or 3, one of the others. Yeah, done some good laps just before.
And what are you up to now? Just cleaning up?
Yeah, clean the bike, let it dry. Make sure it's nice and sparkly.
Good on you. She's a bit later on Wednesday night. We've just had a discussion with John, Shand and Noel and all the boys, of course, on how to stick our sponsors' stickers on the bikes. We still haven't got a couple of the stickers, so we're not 100% sure, but we've stuck a few on. Ray Knight's come along and he's running through Nick Jeffrey's ride on a 600cc bike on the television. We've turned the sound down and he's giving a commentary at the speeds he expects us to be doing.
This is very fast. You can go 50 or 3 hard. Approaching now down towards just lost my name. One down now to page frontage. Very fast, frankly up to you, depends if something there is, but it does have to run downhill towards the Keppel Hotel or Crichton Park. Waiting's a problem. They're very good, I know, up to you, frankly. Somebody always slips over here, it's a sort of short circuit corner, and it just doesn't make it pull your way through it too much, but somebody always goes outside, and in the wet it's through. Fastest part of the course now, I think, running downhill all the way for at least 1.5 miles. This right hand is nothing. Get your braking right is the trick at the end of it, towards Frankish. And braking is the trick again. There's a break in the fence on the right hand side I used to feel off on. Yes, it was there. Those white lines are all right even in the wet, don't worry. Down to Hillbury, very, very fast. When you see the low wall on the left hand side, pull it back one, lay apex, steady corner, no dramatics, this one, but very, very fast. Usually catches somebody out. Run up now to Cockney Mona. Late apex this one as late as you dare, because you can make it one long curving left all the way through these. You can see how he wanders out to the curve, he'll pull it back towards the centre, wander out again, over the white line, pick it up now because it's hard braking into signpost corner there. Straight forward short circuit, right hand corner, all the photographers there. Run down the bedstead. This one is very, very fast, late apex. You can use lots of road because there's no curve now, as you can see it's just gone, and that's where you tend to go. Running down to the nook now, hard braking again, right hander, bit of a tweak on the floor and ride down, ease it off again, left hand. Run down the hill, ready to get down the first gear, get hard against that left hand bend that's coming up. Then, stand against the wall, go right, no dramatics on this one, it just doesn't. Tucking against the wall, take it easy, now drive out hard, that's where you'll make the time. Back on the Glen Factory Road, that's it. Very much. Questions, Kenny? Stick your duck anyway. You probably won't gain much from now if you've done something like 10 laps or something like that. Great. You can actually take it in third if you really want to get that. You can go to second, but it's buzzing pretty hard. Your motors are standard, they're dead flexible, as you know, 8,000, loads of power up to 12, 13. You've got a power down to about 4,000. So, suit yourself, it's not great. Anything else? So I doubt you'll learn very much more now going around the open roads. Because of the traffic, you can't really use the lines. There's always somebody to get around the corner. There's too many things, and believe me, guys will come out of farm gates. Yeah, you will. It's even worth knowing early on in practice. You know to wander out. It does occasionally.
Now the boys have been out for a few laps this morning. We had a later start about 9:30. Through all our sponsors' stickers we've got on our bikes. It's 2 o'clock now. Jim Moody, last year's winner of the 600cc and the 400cc class, has come to give us an informal discussion about the course. Some of the boys are still out riding.
That's Jim Moody. We should get
about 6 days rolling. Amazing, yeah, even doing that. Because it feels like you feel like you're going too slow and you try to go a little bit quicker. And you hit a bump that can maybe kick the back end off or kick the front end off, you don't make the corner, you know. You should quite often crashing, you know. They're not going that fast. Just offline. Yeah, I've just done that with Steve Hislop, and that's what he said, you know, you just got to try and be smooth through that, but just get through it and then go quick again. Other places, you know.
Through that Kirrimara section.
Yeah, all that, you just got to be real careful.
All the way to Ramsey, because all the way to Ramsey is pretty
It's still fast though, you know, it's still very fast, you know. You know, you're still, once you get through Ginger Hall, you're flat out from that part up to sort of like the Kerrymuir part you're talking about. Then when you get through Kerrymuir, around Milltown, you're flat out through Milltown towards Ramsey.
You take the Milltown on top.
Yeah.
That's probably where it gets the worst. A bit more bendy too, because out of Kirrimore, once you get out of there, it's pretty much just straight all the way to.
Yeah, you can straight away now.
To that short.
It's a kind of balance between letting the bike do it once and not letting it too far offline. See around that part, it's a balance between, you know, like you're trying to keep the speed up, so it's drifting, it's sort of drifting all over the place, and you've got to get a balance between just letting it drift, but then fighting it to get it back for the next corner. You know, if you hit a corner and you fought with it to keep it on line from the very beginning of the corner, you just get it in all sorts of shapes. So the way I do it, I just sort of
move that push.
I just let it do its own thing as much as possible. You know, initially through a corner, you might tend to drift all over the place, and then let it drift to a certain point, and then ball it back into position. You know, because if you just try to keep it on line everywhere, apart from the fact that it's tired out, you know, you'll struggle with it. You know, so you just that bit just let it do its own thing. You know,
Try and move it around with the foot piece.
yeah, I said just let.
With the bump, it's hard to pull it with the handbars.
Yeah, I think of it. That bit, Ginger Hall actually, when you go through Ginger Hall, you get a tendency to try and keep it tight to the left, to the right. Just let it drift to the right. You know, let it do its own thing and then just go to the right the best you can. Because you're quicker that way. Try to hold it tight, slow, you're slow, try to hold the thing tight and to make it better right. You know, so just one theory cancels out another one, you know, and actually if you just let the thing drift all over the place and get the next corner the best you can.
Yeah.
Because if you measure distance to distance, if you try to keep it on line, to make the next corner okay, you find that if you just let the thing drift all over the place and get on there.
This is Shandy filming me.
Spyda's the chief mechanic, cook, bottle washer and worker for women.
Shandy's flies undone.
That bird never fell off his nest.
You got that on macro, Shandy.
That's on macro.
You've got a magnifying glass.
Haven't been one with a big wall.
Yeah, it's doing it, yeah.
Yeah, one year.
Take
Fifth, yeah.
Well, she's late Thursday night. Boys have been out most. The bike's got over 700 miles on there. Oh, this looks like a toilet. Surprised not to see Jason sitting on it. This is our accommodation.
Oh, but it's not full yet.
No. There's Nathan. How's things, Nathan?
Don't feel all the toilet bags up there.
Oh, yep. Got to have all the toilet bags. This is exciting stuff, isn't it?
We've got the view.
The view of what?
Out here, clothesline.
Oh, yeah, the view of the clothesline. That's it. Exciting stuff, isn't it? We'll make the clothesline look bigger.
Here's our neighbours. Actually, it's pretty boring.
Suspension to show stuff like the good stuff is.
Here's the key man, Jason, polishing his shoes. What'd you get up to today, Jason?
Bit of this, bit of that.
130 miles.
Oh, damn it.
In the northern suburb of Dumfries, a Benedictine convent
Froze me nuts off.
collegiate church in 1160.
Steve, your nuts frozen off?
Was later suppressed by Archibald de
not
Graeme
yet.
and it
Not yet.
became the collegiate foundation for a province in
This is the back of Blair's head.
It was used as a dwelling house after 1585. It was so
Now it's your turn, Ann.
raid in the early 17th
Smile.
century that it was left as
Mum might see this.
around the region today.
5
Celsius, 40 Fahrenheit. A degree or two lower in the west with a touch of ground frost and light northeasterly winds. Looking out to tomorrow, the lakes in South Cumbria will be dry with sunny periods.
Boys left over breakfast.
And temperature
Obviously Ian can't be much of a cook.
59 Fahrenheit. Carlisle and northwest Cumbria
Back in new shoes.
spells. Light northeasterly winds, temperature 14 Celsius, 57 Fahrenheit. A dry day and freezing down away too with some sunshine. Light easterly wind. Temperature peaking around 14 Celsius, 57 Fahrenheit. The borders will be dry.
That was Russell just having a couple of quiet Zeds. This is the other bedroom. It's fairly tight accommodation. We're supposed to be having a few more people stay later this week, but I can't really see where they're going to sit. This is a demonstration of what happens when you fall down the stairs with a video in your hand. Friday morning, and we've left the production bikes, and we've got the real serious stuff here, sidecars. Here's old Shandy sitting down because he had a bit of a hard night last night.
I did too.
What'd you get up to, Shandy?
I don't know, I woke up in my own bed this morning, that pissed me off.
That's scary, isn't it? We went over to Laxey, a couple of Kiwis owned a pub over there, and they invited us over there, put on a bit of a smorgasbord for us, and we entertained them for the evening. Who's that sitting next to you, Shandy?
Des Fowles from England.
Des, what are you into? Is this your outfit?
Fucking fruit cake.
Yeah.
This is your machine?
Yeah, this is my machine.
What can you tell me about it?
Well, it's a sidecar, yeah, basically, yeah. No, it's a Formula, what we call in England a Formula 2 outfit.
I will definitely.
Running a 600cc, 4-cylinder 4-stroke, or I'm allowed to use a 350 twin-cylinder 2-stroke. That's the formula. They're run to a certain configuration. Driver must sit behind the engine.
What do you rate your chances at round here?
100%.
Nothing. I'll be disappointed if I don't finish in the first 10.
Where I saw you now.
Yes. Everybody was waiting for that answer then.
These
give you £100 a piece if you
There's another two sidecar There's another two sidecar drivers with a passenger between them.
I'm the passenger for the both of them. One leg each.
This is Big Phil from Carmel in the middle.
Pleased to meet you.
Hey, Big Phil.
Yeah.
This is the famous Joe Hayes from Bolton. Yes. It's Fred Dibner.
Fred Dibner. Yeah.
And this is what's his name? No, this is Bill Craig.
This is Bill.
Big Bill. But he's not from Carmel.
Spyda, Phil's the reason why the English have banned carrying ballast. Hello, Daz.
I see.
Big Phil is very famous in the TT for the TT dance.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Well,
He
he used to be a punk rocker.
Yeah,
And,
as you can tell by my hair.
and there was one word that people used to say to him, and he'd start break dancing. He'd break tables,
Chairs,
chairs,
floorboards.
tables, legs.
Come on, Big Phil, give us a big dance.
Too much.
Come on.
Like a terrible.
Who we got over here? Who's this over here?
We have Franco here.
Franco, tell us what your new word is. Hang on, I'll zoom in on there so I can see your nostril hairs. You're Italian, aren't you?
You learn a new word this week. The English people teach you a new word this week.
Very bad.
No, it's very good actually.
What is it,
What
Franco?
is the new word?
Nicky, was this Nicky?
Sneaky git.
Sneaky get.
Oh, you're a sneaky git, are you? Boys have just turned up to the town hall.
That's good.
They're learning to park their bikes for the first time. Should be a quicker TT week when they've got to do their fuel dumps. Apparently there's a bit of morning tea or a few drinks or something up here. Hope they don't mind me standing on their furniture, but this is the, is it the Mayor's place?
The Mayor's Parlour.
The Mayor's Parlour, is it?
Parlour.
Is Sandy turned up from Dunedin? No, it's not Sandy, sorry, it's someone else.
You're on camera, so smile.
Used to be New South Wales. This is the council chambers. I'm the new mayor for the next half hour.
Aren't you supposed to have a chain
The subjects are just coming in. You can pan round now to the subjects coming in.
I think you should have the mayor standing behind you there, John, for this film.
Who ran them? El Presidente.
I think you should have got a ship and a chain.
Can we get a shot, please? Lady Mayor. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, give us a shout.
How's it going, Russell?
Shandy, prison. I can't remember. Well, like everybody else, if somebody doesn't want to do something, we've got to cooperate with it. I think you're not going to let you know what
Hey people, this is the lady, Deputy Mayor.
Oh yes, we're going to cuddle each other.
Front row of the scrum, Spyda.
Yes.
Just open it up.
Well, this is where it all happens. The Town Hall, Central. Well, there's Russell's thumb. What's happening there, Jason? I see you're doing Bear Rabbit imitations. That's a nice hat at the hedgehog you've got. Oh, it's not your haircut. There's old Hippo. Say hello to Mum, Hippo. Paul. There's Ray Knight. G'day, Ray. Rhubarb. Rhubarb? Whereabouts? Oh, it's exciting too. Oh yes.
Wait, commentary.
Commentary? What about? Ever seen the Fairway Hurdler? I think it's time to switch the video off. There's Shandy. Shandy, have you dropped your smoke? Sorry? Have you dropped your smoke? Good on you. This is it. Oh my God, they've even got them in numbered order. You don't often see motorbikes like this all lined up.
Doing good, Spyda. Just 3 more to go.
Oh look, no, look at that fox, would you? Hidey my, hidey my, hidey my.
If you can do it easily, get your helmet, don't put them on. Okay. Rather than sitting on the tank, it'll just look nice.
Who's got the keys to that car?
No worries.
Which car you in, Charles?
Yeah, the one that we're all the hell. Oh, Russell is.
What do you think about bikes?
Lovely.
All right.
The mayoral allowance would just about cover one, and the deputy mayor would very much like one, but unfortunately we would have no money left for the rest of the year, so we can't afford one.
That's the way it goes, eh?
We are down and secretly do a swap. He has got a painting and decorating business if he'd like to take that part.
What's happening over here, boys?
From here to Ramsey.
Waiting for Mr. Moody to turn up so we can follow him around on the lap.
There's no open road from here to
What's Jim going to ride?
these fucking hill powers.
He's going to stand on the back of the Honda and point to the flat out. What's that?
180
man on the car.
passes again.
Oh dear.
It's a beer fart.
Oh, look at that plant wilting.
Killed the gorse.
What did you get up to last night, Hippo?
I got ratted, mate. Don't ask him. What do they call it over here? Written.
Written.
I was written, mate.
Night clubbing?
Night clubbing till 3:30.
Oh, that's cruel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's
Look.
got the smokes?
None of us.
Oh dear.
Except for this horrible bounce.
Hey.
How are you?
What have you boys been up to today? And girls? You?
I'll either take you or somebody will drop you out anyway. We're all living up from this here.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it? Did you get any bickies?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
I've been looking at Maudes photos before, and then we went cruising around the mountain and went into the motorcycle museum.
Was it good up there?
Well, it's £2 to get in, but it's worth having a look. There's not a lot there, but it's some quite good stuff.
Yeah, good as gold.
Good photos of them.
Yeah, some look at crashes.
Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the bike coming down from Creek the Bar to Brandish. Apparently somebody lost his exhaust or something, and looks like a CBR cartwheel. And there's this other guy ploughing into the shoulder. No, this other bike up like this with the guy sort of being flung off the top. The bike ploughing into the shoulder of the guy who fell off the floor. And there's another bike disappearing beyond that. It would be messy. And then there's another photo after that, and there's this carnage.
What have you boys been up to?
Oh, we went around the mountain with Jim Moody and his dad. Nearly run this tourist over at Ramsey. Standing in the middle of the road with a camera, I don't know.
Jim Moody. Oh, it must be an Australian.
Yeah, and then we got passed by a naked man on a motorcycle at quite a great speed. Covered in goosebumps.
That wasn't a goosebump, boy. That's a vicious inch.
Was that you that said when you're finished with that I want to use it for bait?
Anyone keen on coming to Kurt Michael?
I didn't hear an answer, did you?
Kurt Michael?
Yeah. Meeting the marshals. Jack wanted us to meet some of the marshals because they never get to meet the riders, and you bastards are all famous nowadays.
Afternoon, Ant. What do you think?
Nice day.
Yeah, it's good, and I saw a bikini down the promenade this morning, or this afternoon. She looked a bit old and tired, but, you know, still a bikini. What have you boys been up to today?
Not spotting bikini.
Shopping.
Shopping? I see. It's nice to have the big yellow out, isn't it?
First time.
Classic.
Yeah, Spyda, what's the go, mate? With you taking your clothes off and riding around the mountain, showing that horrible thing there to the boys.
Well, you know, somebody's got to do it. Boys will be boys, but men are better at it.
You're not a man, Spyda, you're a sidecar rider.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll disagree on that sort of thing. The funniest thing was, though, I stopped off behind Bungalow, got all my gear off, and I'm standing there with a helmet and gloves and boots on, looking around the corner to see when the van come through, because what I did was I streaked past the van full of boys, and this woman walked out at the toilets that I was next to. And she says, "Good afternoon." I says, "Good afternoon." And then she clicked that I was stark raving naked.
You're a sick man, Spyda.
Thank you,
sick
that's
man.
the nicest thing anyone said to me all day.
Breaks that horrible little thing down there.
Friday afternoon, Chris Aldane's just arrived at the pits and that. What do you think of the circuit? He's had a lap on his FZR. What do you think of the circuit?
Great, yeah, I love it. The bike's really good. Can't believe how fast the track is.
Yeah, it's incredibly fast, isn't it?
It is. But a good bike. It's pity we can't change a few things to make it even better. It's not fast enough. Bumpers aren't big enough.
You reckon? Where'd you come from, Andrew?
Where did I come from? Yeah. Somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there. Good on you. Have a good flight over?
Yeah, I've been here for about 3 weeks.
In the Isle of Man?
In England.
Oh, yeah. I see. So do you like the bikes?
Just to the left, yeah.
What are you actually riding at the TT?
I haven't got a bike yet.
Haven't? Going to organise something?
I'll find out tomorrow. Might have a CBR or a Maudes F750 or something.
Oh, good stuff. Oh, have a good evening.
Yeah, good too.
Get away, I'm not masculine.
But you?
Yeah, why not? Does it
Turned out nice again.
Look at that, big yellow's going in. Spoke to your son.
That's a George Thornbull, you know, and the old no limit. Remember the old no limit? Turned out nice again. It didn't go for it.
Selling some of these? Yeah.
Oh, we're just starting now.
Well, Saturday morning, things are really starting to hot up here now. You can see what by this, the Britons are riding down. This is Mark Farmer's machine. Normally the standard Britons are in blue, pink trimmings and that sort of thing. A gentleman from called Roberto from Italy is sponsoring this machine. He is a dealer over there for Ferraris and that sort of thing. These are his colours. Over here we have Nick Jeffrey's machine. This is a standard Britain colour basically, but I suppose when you're paying this much money for a motorcycle, you can have it any colour you like. New addition to these bikes, Brembo front brakes. Previously running Lockheed's. Lockheed calipers on the rear end as well. Saturday afternoon and we're here at official sign-in.
It's all happening now.
Nathan's busy there trying to remember how to spell his name.
To do everything together.
Really?
Did you want to work for any reason?
Right, I think, Jack.
Which one's clear? No?
Right.
Which one's clear?
Yeah.
You take that through when you go through pre-race examination.
Let it go.
Right, you take your briefing.
Yep.
You know what time it is.
Do you want to
for briefing. As a newcomer, you need to be there sharp.
As you can see, the workshop's starting to hot up a bit. This is one of Bill Smith's FZR 400s being prepared for the racing, and we're removing headlights and a few bits and pieces, fitting the steering dampers properly. Some bits come in on the ferry last night for the steering dampers to be adjusted, so we're doing that. So it's Sunday afternoon and We're just taking all our wheels off our bikes and fitted new tyres. Still got a few to put back on. But it looks like on TV we've got super bikes. So the workshop has come to a complete standstill at the moment. We can't be grizzling too much. Boys need a bit of a rest every now and then.
On the rear end of Maudes, not a place to be, believe me. Like you, Stefan, despite what we said about him, or have said about him in the past, he hung together with quite a good race, even though he hadn't taken.
We've fitted soft compound Metzlers front and rear for the practice session, and depending on the race conditions, etc., and the way people are wearing their practice tyres, the Metzler technician will advise us whether we are going to stick soft or hard tyres on. Some of the good guys he expects to be running harder tyres because the soft ones will not last 4 laps down here. But that'll be about a week away now.
All to the Isle of Man and of course to the 1994 TT races. The purpose of the briefing is obviously safety. We're going to go through things in a fair amount of detail, particularly the procedures at the start and finish area during the practices and the races, because they do change completely. And we don't mind if you're not following us or not sure about what we're saying, please interrupt. Because we want to ensure that you do understand what we're saying. If you don't want to interrupt, please stay back afterwards and say I'm a bit confused by whatever, and that is important. I'm just going to stress now the speed limits around the TT course while the roads are open. Please comply with them. The radio guns are out now. I know there's one in Union Mills when I came in. So you've got the 20, 30 and 40 speed limits. Please comply with them. The police are out in force. They want to cut some headlines in the paper to try and slow people down in these restricted areas. Just remember, over the mountain, the road's edge marking, that's the white line on the edge of the road. Generally speaking, they are the edge of the course, so you can't go on them or outside them. So just remember that, because some of the ditches over the mountain are quite deep. So the white line at the edge of the road on the mountain is the edge of the course.
There was a question asked about the fuel. I talked a little bit about the fuel and the pit lane. In the pit lane, you are allowed to have 2 attendants and 1 timekeeper for each individual competitor. So at all times during the races, that pit must be attended. If somebody wants to go away and get a cup of tea or whatever, you must leave at least 1 person in that pit. This is for safety reasons, in case you break down or have an incident on the course. We have the people in the centre boxes who will come and inform the pit that something has happened. During practice is a slightly different procedure because we don't allocate pits during practice, which means that we don't know, well, we won't know most of you as newcomers, most of you we won't know. Many of the old competitors we do know by sight, and we go and find their mechanics, etc. We won't know your people. Please have a look in the pit lane and you'll find just beyond the press office there is a place called Riders Information. And that will be manned all the time. There's either practice or a race going on, and there will be information to you for you that we've had collected from round the course telephones. Jack told you about making sure you telephone in. Arrange with your pit crews the sort of message you might pass in. Do you want to be picked up and that sort of thing? They are the sort of messages that will be relayed to that point for your mechanics to go and get the information.
Well, she's late Sunday night. The bike's finally race prepped, most of them. Robert Holden's bike's still short of a steering damper. He will not require his bike for the first morning practice. Tomorrow morning we practice at 5:15 a.m. He's not a newcomer, that's a newcomer's practice. In the afternoon we're going to have his bike on standby. Meanwhile he'll be running the Britain. If there's any problems with the Britain, which we don't expect, and we bloody well hope there isn't, he'll have that bike there to do a couple of quick laps on and just see what it's like, so he gets a chance to suss out suspension. Robert's riding a Ducati Super Mono, part owned I think by Dallas Rankin and Don O'Connor of New Zealand, 2 Ducati fans from way back. He's also riding the Britain, one of the 3 Britain machines, and the 600. He's got to of course do 2 laps to qualify for the racing, so he's going to need this bike at some stage, but that's why that one's not properly finished.
Right,
deliver bit. A couple of things. You've been to rider briefing, has everybody?
Yeah.
What did they tell you about if you broke down?
To see a marshal.
Yeah, but if you break down, stay with the bike, because somebody will come around with a van and pick you up. Don't piss off and leave the bike, because there's that many thieves not around, they might just disappear with it. So stay with the bike, somebody will come and pick you up. If you break down on the mountain, it'll be cold, not likely, but if you do break down on the mountain, one of the marshals will normally be around with the bike and they'll look after you and sort you out. Tomorrow morning, you know, none of you ever raced at that time of the morning. There's two things in the morning. The first thing is, if it's a day like today, you'll have to watch the sun, particularly down Sulby. That's right, Rod will remember that. Sulby, the sun comes very, very low as it comes up. And it doesn't sound much, but it completely dazzles you, so be careful on the first lap going down Sulby, the lap bridge, all them sections. Second thing is, you could probably get 3 laps in tomorrow. What do you reckon, they do 2 laps for tempo?
3, we'll be getting 3.5 at road speeds.
Yeah.
Maybe get 2 laps, I think.
Is anybody planning to do 3 or just do 2?
Do we need to get you know, that road insurance for riding the bike if you break down, you know, over the...
That's insurance for an hour either side of practice, I think, to get back to the pit.
Who said that?
Yeah. No, but that was...
Well, those insurance forms you filled in last week covered you for 7 days for running round. They're now void. I couldn't get you covered for practice week because they thought it was a bad rest. But what we can do, I mean, we've got this big truck we sent over. We can sling the bikes in there if you want to take that. John, is it better to drive them up or what? John? Is it better to take the bikes up in the truck to...
No, we're allowed to, they said we're allowed to ride them up to the...
Yeah, but I thought you had to have insurance or something before you could do it.
Well, you got to be stupid and do it. Well, you're just not covered if you hit anyone.
Well, the chances of anybody being difficult with you are 100s to 1, but you could just get a cop and say, where's your number plate, where's your road tax? And you could just get fined, but I very much doubt that they don't. They're normally pretty easy going. As long as you don't piss off out around the circuit during the day with number plates and that on and start making a use of yourself. I think they've said within an hour of the racing and practice, have they?
Well, they said the roads are open. They don't... You seem to be allowed to ride your bike to the start and ride it from the start back down to here.
It's an hour each way.
It's an hour each way.
We're up at 3 this morning. Time to scrutineering. There's Hugh, he's into it. Morning, Doug.
Morning, Spyda. How are you?
Tired?
Oh, yeah.
Was it dropped from the right height?
Yeah. Definitely a British style.
Yeah, British standard.
bike cars out here this morning. There's about a 4-minute gap between the two practice sessions. Our gentleman got in 2 laps. Suspect on a couple of tanks of fuel not being quite full enough though. A bit of a worry, but never mind. Boys just turned up, they've got 2 laps in, as I said. Most of them seem to enjoy themselves immensely. Russell, what did you think of that?
Awesome, mate. It's quite addictive, I think.
You reckon?
Yeah. If I could know all the corners a bit better, I'll be looking right up there. That's really good. I think we struck a really good morning because there's virtually no bugs on it, or it's really good, eh?
That's good. And what about the sun?
Yeah, it's got coming up, it's getting worse, but it's not that bad. You just close your eyes.
Better than rain, isn't it?
That's for sure.
What's happening, Paul? You enjoy that?
That's it. Good bus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any worries?
Yeah, people out there.
Bit scary?
Yeah, ducks are a bit crashed.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, bit of setting up.
As long as you see them and not happening them.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you reckon?
Grouse.
Grouse?
Good fun.
You want 2 pies?
2 pies.
Just he's ordering them.
Yeah, mate.
Morning, Nathan.
Morning, Spyda.
How'd it go?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Not too scary?
A little bit scary this time of the morning.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. What about the sun? Was that a problem?
Oh, the second lap. The main problem was the guy holding the sunboard out almost ran him over.
Oh, yeah.
I could tell I couldn't see properly for the sun. They almost hit the sign. See the sun. It was good.
One over and one shut.
Hey, Blair.
Oh, good, mate.
Bit of fun, was it?
Oh, yes, like an excellent fun, right? Cold.
Oh, that's the way it goes, though.
Did you have your bend over at the bottom?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Did you have any problem with the visor?
Missing up? Yeah, real bad.
He did.
Yeah.
Why is that? Not puffing.
A couple of times when you go. About 12 bad at the top. Trying to lift my visor up. And then I put my hand on the bar and blow back sort of thing.
How'd it go, Doug?
Oh, good, thanks. Saw a good smash. Hey, what? Yeah?
Speak up!
Oh, saw a good smash.
No smashes are good, though, are they?
Oh, well, spectacular. I don't know how the guys are, but...
Whereabouts was that?
Laurel Bank.
Oh, yeah.
Guy had a RG250 hit the bank and bounced into another guy in a 125.
So it took blew them out?
Yeah, and I sort of just sailed past them. So, yeah, scary stuff. Scary stuff.
But you, Hugh?
What's that?
How'd it go?
Oh, good. I just had to stop my visor fogging up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a fairly serious problem, actually. I went over Bluff Bridge with just a screen of fog over my visor and didn't realise how fast I was going. Got fairly airborne on that one. Pretty bad.
Looks like we've just got our official practice times listed. Kiwi on top. Kiwi's well up on this list. Jason McKeown with a 103.25. That's on his second full lap. First lap he sorted himself out, and of course that's a starting lap, so it's naturally slower. John Hepburn on the roomy Honda. Not the machine he was promised, but he still clocked the 102.45. Remember, Jason's bike's absolutely standard. Further down, Jason also posted the second fastest time of us production riders. Russell Josiah, Chris Haldane. Chris Haldane actually run out of fuel on one lap, so he doesn't feature very well. Ant Young sitting there, 96.95. Hugh Reynolds, he's done well too, 95.28. That's not bad for your first bloody time round here. Paul Williams, then down to Douglas Bell. Dougie as we know him. Russell, again, remember these people are having a slow lap and a fast lap because it's their first time round. The sun's happening quite bad for about 9 miles along the back straight, over by Kirkmichael to right through to Ramsey. Blair Deggerholm, Nathan Spargo, Andrew Stroud. Andrew's bike brand new. It's only done about 105 miles and he hasn't done the mileage we have around the track on our bike, so during the week, so that obviously their practicing time's paying off. Hugh featuring again there, Paul Williams, Doug again, Blair Diggerholm again, Nathan Ant, and Lauren Poole. He's riding another one of the roomy Hondas. Pretty bloody good though, looking at Jason right on top there.
The main thing is obviously get as many laps as you can under your belts, and you can go out tomorrow or later on this afternoon or something and have a good look around, and if there's any points that you want to bring up or anything you want to look at, we can do that.
Well, a couple of people up at the grandstand said the guys are going a bit too fast too early, but everyone said that they're comfortable with the speed, so
yeah, it's swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Like first laps I did round here were about the same. I had a 600 Suzuki and did 101, 103 or something, so it's what you feel comfortable at, like without riding alongside everybody, it's hard to say whether they're looking
Well, they're saying that because they've seen them out on the circuit, not just because they've got the time for time.
Yeah, the times have got nothing to do. It's whether the guys are out of control. I mean, guys have gone out there and done, faster lap time straight off. It's not a problem. Obviously, no one had any moment, no one fell off, no one did anything wrong, so they must be all within the limits, which is the major thing. It's just learning the circuit, feeling confident with it, and obviously to go that quick, most of them are confident and happy with where they're going.
I agree with what you say, what Robert says about the slow corners. I think it's very important, and the flat corners are the ones too. It's quite novel, isn't it? A QE to a QE, isn't it?
It's homesick already.
Yeah, and those fast sections are so important. That's definitely where you make it the time. And I think you'll find as you do more and more laps, you'll find that each section drops into place, and then hopefully by halfway through practice or towards the end of the practice, the whole thing fits as a little puzzle fits together.
I think the first few laps you do, especially I think actually the first probably 6 or 7 laps you do, a lot of it looks the same. A lot of sections are confusing because they do look the same, especially after Kirk Michael. A lot of it, it's hard to tell exactly what's coming next. But then they're the places where you make up the time. You've just got to be relaxed about it and make sure you know where you're going. But all that stuff through there, it's surprising at the end of the day how fast you can go through it. How easy it becomes. And the faster you go, the easier it becomes because you're on line more and less physical effort to actually get the bike to where you want to be on the track. So, yeah, just a matter of, like I say, once you've done a few laps, then it's the time to go and have a look and figure, the places where you're, I've got no problem with. But obviously everybody got on with it. I was quite surprised how quick everybody went. I think as the amount of guys that were out there and newcomers, obviously everybody's been doing their homework and learning the circuit properly.
Well, it's just on 2:30 on a Monday afternoon here, and as you can see, the newspaper's out. Kiwis are hit the headlines. Robert Holden qualified quickest this morning on the new Ducati Super Mono at around 109 miles an hour. Now he had a rear brake problem, which meant he had no rear brakes for 1.5 laps, and a rear tank mount broke as well, so he had to hold his tank on with his knees. So he expects to do quite a bit quicker. Also, I believe he was revving out to about 1,000 RPM less than he's expecting to do in the race time. So as you can see, the Isle of Man's pretty hot on the press coverage for this event at the moment. last Monday night, the end of the first practice day. As you can see, a bit of a visibility problem over the mountain later on with the number of flies. I think this bike has done probably about 4 laps at the moment. But the boys are running tear-offs on their visor, and we'll have them cleaned as well.
It's warm, great.
Buggy!
Every time he comes over, he takes it out.
Yo, Spyda!
What do you think of it?
Oh, good Spyda. Very good.
Yep.
Still taking it easy and just
results last week when you
getting to know where the bumps are.
If he's going again or what.
Where it all is.
So he was certainly in the results.
See the whole thing out.
Got any favourite bits of the course yet?
He's been sponsoring. He runs a couple of motorcycles.
Probably from the start through to Bella Crane.
Maybe he wasn't fit to grab you right. I'll ride it, get off.
The rest of it's we've got to let learn first before we
rack up the grandson.
favourite part.
Yep.
Oh no, good.
And
Bugger.
how was your day?
I really enjoyed it.
Apart from getting up so damn early?
That's all right.
Hey, 3 o'clock in the morning? So you're going to do it in the morning?
That's quite good.
What about yourself? Got any favourite bits of the course yet?
Bar sections.
Bar sections, the whole damn lot.
Yeah, that's good. The bot wasn't heading too good, but I think I've got it sus.
What would you think was wrong?
Steering damper's too tight.
Yep.
Oh, I've lost the steering screw.
So Nathan, what do you reckon?
Awesome. It's an amazing place.
Yeah.
It's fast, lots of jumps.
Yeah.
You're off the ground half the time.
What about Ballaugh Bridge?
Oh, I don't jump it too big.
Big time jump.
A little bit. I think people do much bigger jumps than I do.
Yeah, we can understand that.
I like the other jumps better, eh? Ballacry, that's an awesome jump. Just after that, you're just motoring there, and you're just about peaked in top gear. That's pretty good.
Tell me, Blair, what was your day like?
Oh, it's pretty good. This morning was a bit boring, but this afternoon was good.
Yep.
Done 3 laps this afternoon.
Any visibility problems tonight?
No, shit, no, apart from the boats.
Even the boats weren't too bad, eh?
Yeah. I got those flash fongless visors even.
No good value.
What do you think of it today, Chris?
I absolutely loved it. Brilliant.
Any particular favourite bits?
I'd have to say at the moment over the mountain, because I know it quite well. At the moment I'm still having a bit of trouble getting the centre a bit before Ramsey right. I'm getting a lot better now. I did 5 laps, one more than I think everyone. Managed to get a bit of gas and get out there. But yeah, it was really, really good. The time should be a lot better than this morning.
And how do you feel about the bikes handling and that?
The bike's brilliant. I mean, they could do with a little bit more top end. I'm starting to hold it flat everywhere. But a little bit more, top end and perhaps a harder spring and a bit more damping.
Oh, we've got a few springs there, so we should get onto that tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Jason, what's your word on today?
Not bad.
Got any favourite bits of the circuit?
Sorry?
Got any favourite bits of the circuit?
Not really. Just trying to learn a lot.
Good on you.
No favourite bits at the moment. I'm enjoying the whole lot basically.
And how's the bike handling?
Not bad. Pretty good really for what it is. All the standard suspension and that, it's holding up pretty good really. But there's probably a few things that need doing. But for a stock standard bike, as they are right now, they're pretty bloody good. We'll just have to see how we go. Might do some work on the suspension tomorrow or something.
Well, this is it, the end of the first practice day, first official practice day, Monday. It's damn near another 2 weeks of this. No problems with any of their bikes. Fuel consumption's a bit dicey at the moment, but that's just a bit of fine tuning at the moment. We'll sort it out. Here's Noel.
Hello.
You happy with today, Noel?
course we are. And now we're waiting on the results to come through from the race office. And hopefully all the guys will be surprised at the times they've done today. Especially Jason seems to be the rocket fuel on wheels.
I hear on the radio he's done 110 mile an hour lap.
God. What next? 112. Anyway, Jason's doing extra good. And the rest of the guys, of course, are real happy with how things are going. So we're looking really with confidence on them.
And we've had a bit of a mishap on Hugh Reynolds' bike down at Laurel Bank. He got taken out by someone else apparently. So we're not actually running this bike in the Wednesday morning practice. In fact, I think most of the boys decided not even to run at all, simply because getting home at 11 o'clock at night and having to get up at 3 for the practice was just a bit too excessive. This is a dangerous course, and being dog-tired is not really part of the scene. It's just too much of a risk to do that. Wednesday afternoon, practice week at the TT, 1994. This is one of the official functions we've got to attend, put on by the Minister of Tourism of the Isle of Man Tourist Board. You can see quite a number of people here. Sponsors, a lot of Tourism Board Department people, and of course all the Kiwi supporters. There's Bill Smith over there. He's just had a look at Hugh's damaged bike from yesterday. Fortunately, Hugh sustained a little bit of bruising, and that's about it. He's pretty lucky, really, considering the state of the course and that sort of thing, the sheer speeds, etc. Most of our boys now lapped at over 100 miles an hour, and I believe all have qualified too, so that's a very impressive record so far. Don't drop it already. You just want to point it there, man. Put your finger on that one.
I'd just like to thank you. It's an honour to be here, and I'm pleased to have won this thing because it's something I've always wanted to do. I love the place, I love the track, and I'll definitely be back. I'd like to thank everybody, but there's too many and I'm not real good with names, so just thanks very much. Contact sport at the Isle of Man. This is Nathan's muffler. Apparently somebody collided with him somewhere around the circuit. This is the last afternoon practice at the moment. It's Thursday afternoon. It looks like Doug's had a bit of an incident. Tells me it jumped out of gear at Brandywell. Not too bad of damage. Doug's okay. That's the most important thing, I suppose. Bit of bad luck for the boys. Mind everyone's okay, so that's where we're at the moment. it. There is absolutely no shortage of product. Tents available. There's probably about 25 to 30 of these sort of units around, with many varieties of jackets, helmets, gloves, badges, TT t-shirts, or was that TTT t-shirts? I can't remember now. You've got to watch the pricing though. Some of it can be cheap, some can be a little bit dear. Most of it's official TT clothing and got a recommended retail price, so it's not too bad. And you've got to watch the food retailers here. A couple of the boys have been a bit ill the last couple of days from eating the burgers that are supposed to be good. Good for what, I don't know.
Sidecar field will be led.
Well, this is the sort of day at the TT you really want to forget. Just heard a few minutes ago that Mark Farmer, who we saw go out in the black and yellow Britain, had an accident and didn't survive. I suppose when you come to a place like this, especially with about 17 Kiwis riding, it's in the back of your mind that maybe somebody won't be coming home. Okay, Farmer wasn't a Kiwi, but he was still riding one of our bikes. He's still a TT competitor, 1 in 500. It still kicks you in the guts when something like this happens. Well, this is it, boys. What's it like being famous?
Yeah.
Cold?
So not too hot.
Look cold.
Oh, I see. They're circuit breakers, aren't they? Little wee corgis' noses.
You might have to stick it up with a bit of duct tape or something.
Oh, I beg your pardon, you said that on video.
Drop your end down a bit, no?
Well, one of the last, yeah, lean against to go.
Who's tall? Pull that together.
Have a PR exercise here. Friday morning, all the boys are out, and the coldest day we've had here probably in their t-shirts. And that's a lady with a camera.
Oh, thank you very much. It's really going to put me off.
Movie star now too.
Hang on, I'll get in on the nostril cam here.
I did hear somebody say the other day that instead of saying sausages or smile, you say sex. Don't think about it, just say it. Okay, you ready? Okay, now the camera, let me go.
Afternoon, Dougie.
Get that spider.
Last practice session tonight?
Yeah, but unfortunately I can't go out. I've got the race tyre on, so I'll go out and scrub it in. I might change the oil on the bike.
How far are you going to scrub in for?
Oh, I don't know yet. Not far.
I need to know how many bikes are going to go out.
Basically, you get the bike hot. Well, mine won't be going out because I've got my race tyre on. I'll just skid up the road and scrub it in.
So you're not going to go practicing? You're
not
done?
Tonight, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's happening, Blair?
Very little, Spyda. Very little.
Oh, this is a magic interview, isn't it?
Not bad.
Hey, tell me, you've got no trousers on. That's why I'm having a video of the top half of you. What's your comment on that? Oh, no, I'm not looking down there.
No, I got trousers on.
You going out and practice tonight?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's looking pretty shabby out there.
Yeah, good idea to get some wet practice in case the race is wet, though.
Yeah. Wet weather's wet weather, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is your missus here?
This is me again. What's your plan for last practice, Ant?
I just cut the front tyre, do a few quiet laps, look around.
What's your second, your rear tyre like?
Second hand, it's going to be hay. I'll put a new one on the race and scrub it in on the road somewhere.
Oh, I got to get them right.
Good as gold. Hugh's out in the spare shed here. He's got a new machine that come from Yamaha, Mitsui Yamaha of the UK. the machine turned up as a black one, which is the other standard colour available here, and he's just replaced a few bits to change the body colour as well, and also to save a few bits and pieces. So that was a bit of stroke of luck. What do you think, Hugh?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Pretty lucky?
Yeah, I'm glad to riding again.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. You said, yeah, I want to be out there.
Could have done the names of the sisters and the mother. You could have played Valerie by Stevie Winwood Allison by Elvis Costello.
Kay's decided to take a few photos of the boys and their bikes. Actually only 8 bikes there. One's got a wheel out getting the tyre changed, and Hugh's, the damaged one, is not on public display at the moment. Still needs a bit of work on it.
Quickest to the front. To the back. Has everybody finished? I want to go. Come on, carry on.
TV3's arrived on the scene to do a documentary about us, and the Britons, of course.
You hear that, Russ? 1 minute or you go in. The back of the last. Right the back of the last. Right the back of the last.
Well, it's still an hour and 3/4 before the big F1 race on the first Saturday racing starts. And you can see the traffic is hotting up now. It's not too far away before the road closes. A few cowboys coming through. This is Braddon Bridge. Nice little wee spot to see the bikes come through. Fast S's. Well, fast in New Zealand terms, not very fast in Isle of Man terms. This place is really going to pump shortly. Only one Briton in today's race. Jason McEwen rode the Briton yesterday. He was allowed to do 2 qualifying laps. He didn't have a time on him, more just to do 2 laps, and unfortunately a plug cap broke down on the second lap, so he only got one in, so that was the way that is. Nick Jeffries is riding the other one though today. This is it, the first race. Steve Hislop.
Hold on.
Well, you can see what the weather's like at the moment. Pretty damn shitty. The other riders have already pulled in. Hislop's out. They're just at the moment at the pits trying to start up the Briton after fitting new tyres to it. I think Robert McCallum has asked for full wets, and they didn't even have them at the pit for him. They only had intermediates, so they're going to have to go and find those. Listen to that, here comes Nick Jeffries. Well, it's all over for the Formula One. They've called the race off midway through the second lap, with very few competitors still out on that lap. They just decided to give it a miss, so we'll have a decision on the sidecar race, which is supposed to be at 5 o'clock tonight, later on today, and then they may rerun everything tomorrow on Mad Sunday. Hope they don't, because there's plenty of other things to do around this place than watch the Formula One race. Just got a bit of plastic welding done on the island. As you can see, it's basically an abortion. This is Hugh's fairing, which was quite beaten around. But this little job here, 2 fairing sides, this is by far the worst one. And there was a little bit of work on the front mudguard to be done. £190. So you can see the locals are after the money. Not all of them though, this must be an exception to the rule. Sunday. Not officially a one-way day today because the F1 race is due to start here at 2 o'clock this afternoon, but still the boys traditionally come over the mountain.
And he said he was a millionaire?
Yeah.
very tricky corner for the race guys because it's a bit of a low pass in the mountain range here. It's not actually much of a range in New Zealand terms, but the wind whistles up either from one side or the other, depending on the prevailing wind. In fact, it's about the only place on the island that's actually got a sand trap as a runoff. Can you imagine what this place would be like if the traffic was just one way today? Usually is, but they're just not organised yet today. That's Kate's cottage there. As soon as you're around that corner there, you can see Quigley Bay, the pub, down at the end. And then it's probably the fastest part of the circuit. Mick Grant got electronically clocked at 190.3 miles an hour there on the Kawasaki 750 a few years back. And he goes down to Brandon. Major problem over here in the Isle of Man is Germans driving on the wrong side of the road. That's what the little sign on the right left hand of the screen actually says. These signs all over the island to warn people. There's a lot of people just forget where they are and travel on what they used to in their own country, and unfortunately they kill people.
Because they look to business, which they do, not just because it's found, which they are. A power to give them protection. And now I look after her while he looks at the road ahead. So you look at the look at his off shooting shot. It's straight through Douglas. Insurance time, 8 minutes away from 1 o'clock. Are currently racing the answer, sir. And you're over for the TV from where? Well, Scotland. No, this is your first visit.
Okay, this is unofficially Mad Sunday. What are you boys and girls up to? Speak up!
You know, I play much in front of the band.
Oh dear. I better switch off then. There's an interesting little machine. There's a few of these on the island. It's a BMW 4-cylinder motor. Made in Switzerland or something. Another view of Kate's cottage there. Way in the background you can see the Cricknabear pub with the Harley Davidson truck outside, the Harley Davidson Owners Club official function here. Way off down the track there and towards Brandish. And over in the background there we can see Douglas. Close look down there, there's actually some sort of a sailing ship in the bay. Lying in action on the Formula 1 finally got underway at 2 o'clock on the Saturday. You can see there's not many people in town for this race. It's just one corner of 214 corners on the course. Fairly popular one though. We've got that Steve Hislop. Been missing from the Isle of Man a couple of years. He's currently got a lead of 11 seconds. Nick Jeffries.
Number 54, Michael Rudder.
Looks like Simon Beck following on the 888 Ducati.
One additional rider.
Phil McCallum. See a bit of a crooked black line on the road there. That's where Joey Donlop got a little bit out of shape going through over the white line.
Inside.
Oh dear.
Did you miss it? Oh, shout again. Yeah, give him a fair go.
Now one for my mother.
What about your dad and your grandmother and your granddad?
Sunday night the rain set in, which is good it's happened now because the F1 race finished beautifully and dry with Steve Hyslop and Phil McKellen and Joey Dunlop in third place. Honda 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately Britain retired early on in the race. Look at this interesting contraption. Different I suppose.
Take that off. Oh my good lord. It's like Right Said Fred rustling under a blanket down here. Alright. Can we zoom in on this lady down the front here? So that everybody in the crowd, can you just let her through to the front? Come on down the front, babe. Can we...
Tuesday morning, and as you can see, we've all lined our bikes up in the pits, ready for race day. This is as far as we got yesterday. At 10:30 in the morning, it was decided to call racing off because of mist on the mountain. It was fairly windy up there too. Mainly, the biggest problem was the mist, which is a good thing. It got called off because it was very, very wet yesterday, and it wouldn't be any fun to ride around here. So this morning at noon, we have Robert Holden starting favourite in the Sound of Singles class, and then at 2:30, all these machines are going to be out there doing battle. Morning, Ian. What are you up to? We're just interviewing many famous people around the pits. This is Ian Burke, all the way from the Bay of Plenty.
Famous might be a wee bit...
Here's someone that's just a little less famous than you. Over here. That over there talking to Rod Coleman is John Surtees.
Which one's him? White head, yeah, white coat. I can say white head around here.
Joey Dunlop pitting in the 125 class, which is running in conjunction with the Sound of Singles. Robert Holden currently lighting in second place to Jim Moody.
Island Photographics, 26 Cotton Street, London.
Papa. Good. Papa. Nicole. Papa. Nicole. Oh, Papa. No, Nicole, I won't give you a Kawasaki for your birthday. Oh, Papa. Just give us a little KDX. Kawasaki. Let the good times roll. Entertaining week of the Pittsburgh Palace Hotel. Hundreds of hours, Davidson rider will be gyrated and controlled in their leather class bodies of the Harley Davidson rock and roll night. That's
Good afternoon, Pat.
Hello.
What do you see?
Oh, lots of things. Lots of goodies up here.
It's good, isn't it?
Yep, right.
Well, let's sound the singles over. Coming in, Robert Holden, Jim Moody. Looks like Robert Holden's leading on the road by about 3 or 4 seconds. But Jim Moody would have won that one by a little bit. It's about 50 minutes to the race. We've got all the bikes lined up in the pits. Well, actually in the dummy grid sort of area. Got to be separated due to the Maudes trophy. The only thing you're allowed to do in here on any bike is change tyres and check and top up your gas. The other mechanical stuff is not allowed.
Don't forget the prize presentation will be held this evening in the Villa Arena, and because of the delayed races yesterday, I can tell you that the prize presentation this evening will start at 8:30.
125 class, winner Joey Dunlop there. these cans have had to be cleaned out after the 125 and singles race. And they've got to be filled up, then we bleed them through the hose, and then we top them up again. Bikes only take about 18 litres, but we're putting another 5 or so litres in on top to give them a bit of a head.
So the previous loads will be all lunchtime for all the trucks later on, so it's going to really be a fun schedule.
Here's Uncle Ernie. Here's Sarah Orpit from Palmerston North in New Zealand. She lives over in England at the moment. She offered to help out. She and her boyfriend Eric are gashing up Blair Diggerholm's bike.
For the street park, so plenty of people obviously enjoying themselves and there's good races to go with it.
All right, Jason. Good luck. Have a good ride. Right, Chris?
Hey, Spyda.
Oh, not bad. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, mate, just a nice cruise. Nice and relaxed.
Have a good trip. Afternoon, Robert.
Alright.
Yep, good ride in the singles race?
Yeah, yes and no.
Yeah, shame about the second place.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah, have a good trip. Looking forward to it, Andrew?
Yeah.
Have a good trip.
Thanks.
Hey, Doug, what are you up to?
Waiting for the start of this race, Spyda.
Yeah, gonna be a good one?
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, you, Russell?
Hanging out, mate.
Yeah. Have a good, real good trip.
Thanks, mate.
Here's Blair, trying to find whether he's got anything in his ear.
Just cleaning my ears out.
How are you?
All right, Paul, what about yourself?
Good.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's going to be hot, eh?
Yeah, will be. Got a drink for you at half time, though.
Oh, good.
And a packet of Jaffers.
Gin?
Yeah. Yeah, and a packet of Jaffers like they do at the pitches. Hey, Nathan.
Hey, Spyda.
Looking forward to it?
What's that?
Looking forward to it?
Sure am.
Yeah.
Nice day.
What about you, John? Chandy? Panicking? Good. Hey, Hugh?
How's it going?
Yeah. Is this going to be a good one?
I hope so. I hope so indeed.
Yeah.
Take it pretty,
Hey, tell me, if you just ride smooth and don't try to panic too much, you get a heap better time around here.
I think that's the story of myself, actually.
G'day, Ian.
How you going?
You gonna have a good trip?
Yeah. Cruise.
What's the plan?
Do one lap, get the tyres scrubbed in and then nail it.
Good stuff. Tyres should be scrubbed in by Ballacrane, shouldn't they?
I'm not going to push my luck. Should be though, yeah.
Yeah.
Get back in.
Chris Aldane's about to take off. Jason McEwen's already gone. Robert Holden. Fresh from the singles race. Jason disappearing off the distance after one lap. Lap one's down. What we got up here? With all the riders' numbers, as they pass a particular point around the course, the clock up there shows they've gone past that point, and the piece below says non-start or what lap they're on. And there's a green light above that that tells us they're at Signpost Corner, which is 3 minutes up the road. That comes on, you get your pit crew really ready.
So there, the order through here, 2193 and 10. Number 11, Phil McCallum. Third time. So quite clearly the leader now is, well, it could be between Douglas and Simpson, not for sure, looking at the road. Second
previous lap. We did have him getting on the leaderboard, and he was sharing that courtesy with Simon Beck. They will not be separated. And they toughness going on the Sean as well. Pretty good. If it's 10 seconds, he's saying 10 seconds is the advantage. 10 seconds to go. Situation when he caught his hands on the wall. Randomly, 4 right-handers going up on the man. Then we throw the hands on the top of the man.
Dougie? He's elected for a visor change.
Can we shuffle in the wheels in this?
Hence just cruised in.
Chaos here, isn't it?
You's just riding the pits too. It's fairly busy around here. Claire's just come in. You's out. New race record of 113 miles an hour, which is pretty damn quick. Robert Holden provisionally placed at 9, and Jason McEwen at 14. That's on absolutely standard SLR 600s. Johnny?
Yeah, it was alright if I had some brakes, Spyda.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, the second lap coming down from Gates Cottage, down the big long straight with the jump in it, full song to the braking mark and pulled the front lever, nothing happened. Pumped the shit out of it, still nothing happened. So I just started chopping down gears, hit the back brake, and I was heading towards the pub at a great rate of knots. Boys must have thought I was thirsty, I think.
Did you have your wallet on you?
No, I didn't. So I just bounced it sideways off the bales, and then a marshal wouldn't let me go because there's someone else going. But yeah, the whole race, no brakes, a bit hard.
That's good.
We did 110.
Attention paddock, you may now remove your...
There's old Dougie, Blair, Hugh, Hans, Paul, Nathan, Russell, Chris, Robert, and Jason with old Sandy.
John, who's that one?
Can't find Robert.
We get your Metzler caps on.
Hey,
On them.
We should reach the cap.
Same size here.
You've done a wonderful job at organising this, Spyda.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we're just working out how to get 27 people into one van. Sitting down is Lisa with all those flowers. She just found out she's pregnant. I want an apple. No. Lisa took the bite of the apple. Look what happened. No, she's not pregnant.
So why you give her flowers?
No. What's your word on it, Doug? Hey! What about you, Lim? Janine, what do you got to say?
Not a lot.
Not a lot, I see.
Drinking and eating. How can I say more?
Here's Jackson McMustard. Your mother's going to see this.
Go left, yeah.
Lou?
Pressed with the team.
Yeah, bloody magic, isn't it?
Pressed with the sponsors. Pressed with the flowers.
Exactly where we're going.
Jace, I'm going to give him a cauliflower.
Oh, I see.
And then a right at the top of the hill.
He'd prefer a cucumber.
I want a cucumber.
And Lisa's going to make a lemon and make a moment.
Is that peeled or not peeled?
No, I'm not pregnant.
I'll show you what I did at a rally one night.
Hey, Paul.
Where's the saddest to Paul?
There's a couple of people. G'day, mate.
Yeah, how was your wedding anniversary?
We won.
You won? Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Team won.
10 out of 10.
They were magnificent.
You happy with Paul's performance?
I'm happy with everybody's performance.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
Hello, Ken.
There's Doug, still got his tongue out.
Oh, Spyda. He's got his tongue out.
Hey, Spyda.
Oh dear, he's still got his tongue out.
Who's coming for coffee?
He's still got his tongue out. You fogged up me lens, you bastard. It's race week Thursday. I'm over at a place called Ramsey for the Ramsey Sprint. They were postponed from Tuesday, so our 600 race could go ahead. And there's also supposed to be another sprint here today, so they combine the two. But you can see it's a bit wet and shitty.
Why did they rip the snubber? I'll let you lot eat it all.
Pack it out and then shoot off. Most of them pack it out and then let go and just kind of let you know. That's just got to hold it on. You just got it on. Oh, yeah. Get some Scott. You see off along. Tell him where it is. Yeah, which one?
low rev.
Are you seeing it?
It's on. Big poor bastards. It's still smoking. This is the thing that,
Now Gary seems to be putting on an accessory to his feet, like metal claws.
On the tire, roll it up. Take it, you want another one.
Is it good? Thank
Joe's hanging off the back on his metal plate. Give him a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Gary's driving along on the close behind us. Dead on. That was a time of 2:1. That's a speed of 87.3 miles an hour. 5 foot. They are the synchro pair as they fly immediately behind the 2 leader.
Still at the Ramsey sprint, the red arrow's on for the second time this week.
To see what time he can do. So, to close the event, Gary will give us a demonstration of his skills on the motorcycle supplied by West Coast, burning out Avon tyres.
Bird.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, he is doing this especially for you, so let's hear it. A little bit of encouragement, seeing as it's still raining. As they say, don't do... Let's hear a round of applause for Gary Rothwell. And now he's going to go 2 up with his passengers sitting on back to front.
No, thank you.
And a big round of applause once again for Gary Rothwell. I feel that we're running out of time, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if the policemen leave us alone for another 5 minutes.
Here he goes now. Be careful there. Watch. Here's Saturday morning, we're dismantling the bikes. There's Lou pulling apart one of the bikes. We had a big party in here last night to farewell everybody and thank everybody who's helped us out. That was the night of the senior TT. None of our boys rode, unfortunately, various reasons. So none of our Maudes Trophy team boys. Lauren Poole rode, John Hepburn rode, Glenn Williams and Michael Williamson as well. So 4 Kiwis in that race. Unfortunately, Lauren Poole come down and is in hospital at the moment, but he's not badly injured. A few broken bones and that, but considering this place, it's not too severe. Taken out by a German guy who's also in hospital. The place is going to be pretty empty shortly. And then we're off to a road race this afternoon. Castletown, bottom end of the island, has got a road race. So this place is really pumping with motorsport action. Thursday night, and I think Wednesday night too, last week, there was beach motocross down on the waterfront, so it's really got plenty of excitement here. This is the written off bike, the Fuse. Ernie, the ACU steward, actually dismantled this bike, the engine, to try and determine if the bikes had had any wear, and he found no detectable wear in the cylinder, etc. Unfortunately, the bike's got a bent crankshaft, so it wouldn't actually turn over, but all the camshafts are perfect, everything. He was very happy with it. A tribute to these bikes' quality, really. Tomorrow morning I leave with this truck back to England. I'm on the 8:30 ferry, and the truck actually goes on the 9:30 ferry, so I hope it's going to the same port on the other side, otherwise I'll be a bit worried. I've just arrived at the Hesketh factory down in Towcester. This particular Hesketh is the 4th one ever made. A lot of styling differences to the later models, but a very basic bike indeed anyway.
Reasonable to look at, really. There's some new ones in the back shed, so
no, we couldn't go any further, really. Not with the 1982 frame and stuff. And so I looked at making a more modern frame.
And there's room, you're going to make about 15 of them.
That's right, but I mean, I've got deposits on 10, but I need to do them all in one batch, otherwise it doesn't work financially. And so far we haven't got the full deposits on all of them. So whether it'll go on, I don't know. But that's a longer stroke engine and everything, it's a lot lighter and shorter and lower, of course. Well, people, I still get far more inquiries for the V1000 than I do for this. I still want the little vintage thing. So, if the customer's right, he's right.
See much of it. That's the best side, really, with the pipes and stuff.
Always the best side against the wall, isn't it?
With a longer stroke engine and the softer cams, it's like a tractor. Pulls from nothing. The trouble is, it's still obviously a little bit heavier in the gearbox and everything.
But so you've got to be a motorcyclist or a motorcycle enthusiast, and as such, like, I mean, you're not protected at all. Like, I mean, I talk about motorbikes to everybody. And this is a kit type thing. It's all made out of styrene paper. So it's a proven kit, but it means that I can actually play around with the engine at the back and get different. I'll play around with the exhaust and getting it all shoved away so that the performance will go up, and then find out what the air does and what the fuel consumption is and all the rest of it. So it's softly catchy monkey, Yeah. But it's good fun. It's not welcome. Okay then, so I'll exhaust pipes. All right. All right. Well, if I've got one knocking around that looks half reasonable, I'll sell it over. No, it's only just bought the lights on it, so. No, it's over there. Yeah, it's just come over to the TT and all like that. Yeah, right, so I'll what, the original one, the white, is it? Oh, the man from Sheffield. I can't remember his name either. Yeah, waste of time. this is Psycho, is it? Yeah. Psycho, yeah. That's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Expensive? Yeah.
Stand there, yeah, so. The next thing that throws it. All computerised this is, you know.
Is it?
Yeah. Except my head keeps on phoning. Right hand. Left hand. No. One right hand, where are you putting? Yeah.
It's all paired up with the ignition lock.
Dimanche j'arrive en même temps que le cinéma. Non, après. Le guidon par en noir, c'est très bien l'embrayage, le guidon par en noir.
When you do go, you go up to the big hall and then you come back again this way anyway.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Is there any sort of order in aid or very
Yeah.